there is such a creature in the world. They were discovered by a few people, but it has not been confirmed to exist. We refer to this group of creatures as an identified mysterious animal, an identified organism referred to as UMA. Hello and welcome to the UMA video series. Peaceful and docile. This is what we eat for most small to medium-sized herbs. The inherent impression of animals. But what we're going to talk about today is just the opposite. A behavior that's bizarre. Mental distortion. Even autonomous animals that are a threat to humans. Legend has it that the monster that walked in the Appalachian Mountains, not deer. Flying deer. It's a star that I've been following lately. You love beauty. As the name suggests, he is often described as a species that looks like a moose or white-tailed deer, but also in some physiological structures, strange creatures that distinguish them from deer. Compared to ordinary roads, their limbs are longer. It has more joints. You can even walk on 2 feet sometimes. The most frightening thing is he doesn't have eyes on the sides of his head like a deer. They're like primates, as long in front as a cat. Because of this strange shape, with its rigid movements, as well as aggressive and non-human characteristics. Therefore, it is also known as losing the way. The story of the flying deer in recent years, it's very popular on the internet. Many witnesses claimed that I saw them in the mountains at night. Despite the lack of evidence, but the discussion and speculation about the flying deer, it's been sending. So, let's start with a couple of videos. This is the video. Appeared on TK on July 8th, 2021. Yes, so far, one of the most popular fly recorded videos. Photographed by C. There was a blogger who was famous at Donable. Video continues. This video was uploaded on March 17th, 2022. The author is a man named Twilight. Supernatural events in the shopping mall. He had amassed a large collection of similar video submissions. There is a lot of material about abnormal recording. From what I understand, now it first appeared in the United States on August 21st, 2019. Timberland social networking sites. A man named blogger of Roswich Pinkwich replied to one person on his homepage. Questions from anonymous users. Here's what it says. People who have spent some time in Appalachia. Everyone knows flying deer. If you've ever been to Blue Ridge Parkway at night, you might have seen him. This is, to some extent, it should be regarded as a fascinating and mysterious animal. Everyone encounters moths differently. But there are some similarities. You're driving in the middle of nowhere, and in heavily wooded areas, there may be the illusion of getting lost. In a setting like this, see attached crossing the road, or under the headlights. It is normal to flash the shadow of small animals. And when you see a deer, you or your friends will exclaim, "Oh, road." Then slow down so he doesn't jump in front of the car. Then you can look at him more clearly. That's really not right. His eyes don't coordinate. You can feel it in your stomach, heavy as a stone. The hair on the neck is combed. Because you feel something. The wisdom that should not have appeared in him. His movements are not like the road. But like, oh, God, what is that? Whatever it is, he is not the way. We have to go. You step on the accelerator. Escaped immediately. There. So this was the first description of Africa. Bloggers tell stories from a second-person perspective. And mentioned below. Some of his friends got lost on Park Avenue. After returning, I also talked about the class, like a creepy story. They're not the kind of people, someone who lies or exaggerates the truth. The driver even claimed that. He saw one on the road with 2 legs. Standing road. And it went viral very quickly after it was published. More and more people are starting to reply below. Write about your own similar experiences. For example, a blogger called Did You Notice wrote, 2 summers ago. He's in Appalachia. The mountains are only 2/3 of a mile from home. Heard movement in the bushes. He turned and looked over. Saw about 30 feet away from him. There's a road that stands there. Just stare at him motionless. Because the wild road usually runs away when people see it. So this surprised the witnesses. Then the road begins to breathe rapidly and let out a low roar. The blogger's exact words go like this. I swear to God. This guy's eyes went blank. Dull. He took a few steps forward sharply, but the action is very strange. I was taken aback. What the hell is going on? He was looking at me, while running about 50 feet away from me. This feeling is very disturbing. I can't put it into words. I see, that thing is definitely not an ordinary road. I raced all the way home. Another user, named Root and Rock, said, I have seen similar situations myself. But the joints of that animal, more than ordinary roads, and in the wrong direction. The curves are also very strange. He describes strange creatures found between wolves and deer. Same as 2019, on the Appalachia subsection of the Reddit forum. A piece of wire called The Flying Deer Story appeared. Aims to solicit non-continental origins and more relevant information. One of the most famous responses came in 2020. A motorcycle enthusiast nicknamed Grease said, I was in Waynesboro, Virginia. Lived for 5 years. Late one night, because of insomnia, he decided to ride his motorcycle alone. Enter the closed Skyline Highway. Getting to the national park. The first observation deck is about 1 kilometer away. It was 11 p.m. when he got there. He suddenly felt suffocated by the darkness of breath and unease. Customarily carried large caliber. The gun didn't make him feel safe enough. About 10 minutes later, he suddenly felt the hairs on the back of his neck stand on end. As an Iraq veteran, he keenly felt stared at by some kind of hateful gaze. It creates a kind of pre-war anxiety. He did it in the dark for another 10 minutes or so. That feeling is getting stronger and stronger. A small voice gradually came from the woods. Grease no longer hesitated. In season, hop on a motorcycle and leave. but on his slow ride down the mountain, encountered that loud noise like a deer. And here's how he put it. Like a deer is an apt use of the word. It's actually pretty accurate. It's like a person who has never seen the road. A road drawn after others have described it. He is standing on the left side of the road. Before the headlights hit him, I saw his eyes. He's very big. Without a doubt, the biggest road I've ever seen. They don't have horns. Indicates that he is a dude. He has the face of a cow, but it's fixed to the body of the deer. The ratio of legs to body seems to be too long like a wolf. And he had a very broad chest. He's acting in a very strange way. Greases tries to use motorcycle lights. The roar of the engine and the honking of the horn drove it away. But that creature seems to have no natural fear, even in the face of human condemnation. Just be Grease, trying to get close to the side of the road to find something to drive away. This deer-like animal suddenly stand up on your hind legs, and with a blunt, unnatural posture, a few steps towards the middle of the road. Then, like a bag, jumping with lower limbs like a mouse, into the darkness on the other side of the road. Disappear. Facing this terrifying scene, Grease jumps on his motorcycle in horror and prepares to leave. But when he uses the headlights, when shining in the direction where the animal disappeared, suddenly found the monster's head from the tree cords, straight cliff edge. I can see it. I'm staring at him like that. I can afford it. Hurry up and get out of there. Since then, he never dared to enter alone at night again. Skyline Highway. Imagine that. A zombie-like animal stands in front of you. What does it feel like? And I think that's the gigantization of fear. What if this kind of transform into a raging, living floodman? I've been playing After Tomorrow lately. Holocene Tide version successfully restored this despair from the end of the day. How many dynasties are there? 500 zombies in the same bottle. This time they are stronger and faster. An atmosphere of terror. To defend against the market, you can use the daily items at hand to open your brain holes. Create a trap. Use a hob, washing machine, knife, fan, TV pendulum, and scrap iron cutters, and more. Secure the safe house. Surviving the crisis. As time goes by, the story of the flying deer begins in the forum, and spread quickly on some food websites. Among them, the short video platform TK is the most popular, including the two works we mentioned at the beginning. Many people have expressed that. I was at a certain point, saw this kind of action weird, wild road. Lots of videos and read-me reports. One has to wonder, is there really a strange creatures distinct from the road, wandering in the Appalachian region? According to American skeptic QGN, as early as 2014, the American version of the fourth theory, there have been posts about strange roads on the altar. Anonymous person. Describe it as a species with pointed ears, and strange creatures with slender noses. On all fours, the way you walk. Like a newborn, learning to walk. It's just that he doesn't look like a road. It's more like a patchwork land toy. And huge. For now, the most popular speculation about the flying deer incident is that this may be due to certain specific animal diseases. such as chronic wasting disease in deer, also known as zombie deer disease. Pine deer disease is caused by a soft virus. Infectious spongiform encephalopathy affecting deer. Mad cow disease in tired cows and sheep disease in sheep. This deadly disease usually occurs in adult animals. From initial difficulty in presenting activities to lack of energy, trembling nervousness, fixed pattern, repeating walk, excessive salivation and tooth grinding. We don't even fear human performance anymore. Snoring was first diagnosed in 1967. From the United States. It's a government research facility in Colorado, found in a herd of black-tailed deer. But it wasn't until 1978 that it was clearly defined as a chronic wasting disease. After this, in 33 states in the United States, and captivity in 5 Canadian provinces, it's been found in all free-range animals. Infected species include lost, two-road, white-tail road, and black-tail road. In recent years, we've often seen about the United States. The reports on zombie road originated from this disease. Except for road closure, BHD. Epidemic hemorrhagic disease. It can also lead to behavioral addictions of the road. It's a contagious viral disease. They're found all over the United States. Most of the infected people are white. The infected pathway is often characterized by a flare-up of fear, human frailty, decreased appetite, increased salivation, rapid pulse and breathing, partial shedding or breaking, and accompanying fever symptoms. The head and neck of some roads. There will be swelling. We shall suppose reports of sightings in Africa are true. Then the above two diseases can be relative, a reasonable explanation for the eyewitness account, because most people have never seen this. The infected road, therefore, might give witnesses a cognitive shock. Further contributing to these supernatural elements. Prime, report generation. Of course, this has motivated people. This, supernatural, and some images from folklore combine. Like the Beatles. Navajo faith. Witches who can disguise themselves as animals. This image almost became a North American region, a unified theory of unidentified organisms. All unknown animals could have been drawn by the Beatles. Then there is Ergenkopp. The problem in human legends. The popular image of a deer head in recent years. It also gives people a plausible direction of reasoning. But I still think, explain the unknown with the unknown. Obviously unreasonable. Investigator Q. Jian believes that people will habitually as a story. But close to a large number of people reported sightings of the landing, and the locations are all over the United States. He believes that at least some people do. What did you see? Of course, some people cannot be ruled out. It may be purely for entertainment purposes, or make up stories to deceive the public. I personally think the biggest problem with the landing incident, or lack of truth. Almost all detailed eyewitness reports come from anonymous narrative. Investigator Q. Jian. I tried to contact some more famous media creators. For example, Donable, the author of the first video. The reply was that it was just a deer. He lives in a reserve where all kinds of deformities live. And the road of injury. It's just that they're never like that. Appeared in open places. Many roads because of the past. Wounded by hunters and angry people and habitually hide. Instead of the blogger water, which before, Lunown. Also in 2025. On May 18th of this year, I blogged about it. He coined the word natia. His inspiration is based in North Carolina. Stories I heard while living in the Mountain West, and explained to the flying deer and the wizard. Nothing to do with it. That is to say, his origin even comes from the third song. Even the message of the fourth song. How much of this is hyperbole and contention? It's even more difficult to verify. So I believe more. Flying deer should belong to an emerging urban legend because of its unique and bizarre image. And slightly, horror stories are popular among people. Of course, this is just my personal guess. For a creature like the flying deer, or does such a concept exist? I think it still takes time to confirm. After all, until now, every year, there are still tons of stories and videos about flying deer spread on online media. Maybe there really is for animals that walk in the dark has not been discovered yet. Or maybe there is some special disease. It's in our imagination, spread among the deer. Maybe. Okay, that's the last sentence. The unknown is always greater than the known. That's the beauty of perfection. This video is here. Thanks for watching.